Here we have the all-new 2018 Lincoln Navigator. And today I'm going to show you why it's the best SUV ever made.
So before we start off today's review, I want to give a special thanks to South Hills Lincoln for making it possible. All their contact information along with inventory information will be provided in the description below. So the Lincoln Navigator first jumped on the scene in 1998, but now for 2018, this is the 4th generation of the Navigator. Now, I've driven a lot of SUVs in my day. I've filmed a lot of them as well, but I can honestly say that I've never experienced one just like this. So today I am really excited to show you guys the masterpiece that Lincoln has put together in the new Navigator. So we'll start with just doing a traditional walk around so you guys can see what it looks like exterior wise, and we'll talk about what's new. Right off the bat, you see the front fascia here with the new massive grille. Looks really good in my opinion. We have full LED headlights, LED daytime running lights of course. And while we're up front here, we'll talk about the engine. It is the 3.5 liter high output EcoBoost, producing 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque on premium 93 pump gas. As we move along to the side and check out its profile here, now pretty much everyone knows that the Cadillac Escalade has owned this market for many, many years. Now the 2018 Lincoln Navigator, in my opinion, has set a new benchmark for the full-size luxury SUV. As we get to the rear, it's probably the one thing that is not my favorite about this specific SUV from Lincoln. It looks good, but is it the best looking one in its class? We do have the big Lincoln badge here, and if we press the button underneath here, it pops the rear window. If I kick my foot underneath, it opens the lift gate. But with the third row seat up, you can sort of see how much cargo capacity you have here. Now I just have camera equipment and so on, but there is massive amounts of room. I'm going to fold one of the third row seats down here so you can see the difference. So if you were to fold all the seats down, I'm pretty sure that you can fit a mid-sized car in here. It is a lot of room. Press the button right here to close the lift gate. We have 22-inch wheels sitting on 285/45 diameter tires. Now for anyone that is looking to buy a Lincoln Navigator, of course there are many wheel options to choose from. These, however, are my favorite. Now with Lincoln being part of Ford Motor Company, we of course have the capless fuel tank system. Now with it being 15 degrees and snowing outside currently, I am very excited to show you guys the interior of this new SUV from Lincoln. It is absolutely amazing and definitely class leading when it comes to luxury and comfort. So as we open the door here, of course we have power deploying running boards. We'll actually take a look at the back seat first. So the interior is the cappuccino leather interior. And there's so much to mention about the interior of this Navigator. So if we start with the door here, very soft leather in the door handle. Got wood grain trim right here. The speaker looks like a work of art in itself. And with me being 6'2", I always like to jump in and show you guys the actual knee room, leg room, and headroom that you have in a specific vehicle. So this is my driving position right here. I just drove the car, of course, and this is the knee room that I have. And this is the headroom that I have. Now these rear seats are so comfortable. It's like sitting in a couch back here. And with our tester having the optional rear seat entertainment package, you have these two 10-inch screens. You can obviously hook up your iPads, iPhones, your computers. Now, if you have AT&T as a carrier, you can fully stream your TV from home onto these screens here. So you can watch your football games, you can watch the news, you can watch movies. This is basically your TV, your entertainment portal. You can change the radio station, and all your controls are back here as well. We're going to talk about the stereo here in a minute as soon as we get up to the driver's seat, because it is also very much amazing. Now we're going to jump in the third row seat as well. All right, so once I'm back here in the third row, also amazing room. Headroom. This is the knee room, and remember, I am 6'2". Speaks for itself. And with these buttons right here, you can adjust the seat. I have never been in an SUV that you can adjust the third row seat like this. And now, let's jump in the driver's seat. Now the first thing we're going to talk about are these seats. They are by far the best seats I have ever sat in any vehicle. Now our tester has the available perfect positioned seat package. I might mispronounce that a little bit there, but you get the point. You have so many different ways of changing your seating position with all these buttons here. If we hit this button right here, you push the headrest out. And to be honest with you, there's probably so many customizable ways to change the seat position that I don't even know about. But all I know is that there is no other seat that is more comfortable than this Lincoln Navigator driver's seat. So let's pan real quick over the actual interior and the center stack here. Everything is redesigned, completely new. Looks and feels amazing in here. Now for those of you who follow my channel, you probably know that I did a Ford Expedition review not long ago. And if you don't know already, Ford and Lincoln are family. So the Lincoln Navigator is built on the same platform as the Ford Expedition. And Lincoln is, of course, Ford Motor Company's luxury brand. Now having sat in both, driven on both, experienced both of these SUVs, you can't tell that this is a Ford. It is such a difference. And with the new Navigator, Lincoln has really managed to set itself apart from Ford. As I mentioned, you can't tell that they are part of the same family. It's like you're sitting in a completely different brand of vehicle. And that's of course what Lincoln wants. Now there are three main trim levels that Lincoln offers. It's Premier, Select, and Reserve. The one we're in today is a Reserve trim level. And then we also have the Black label. Now the Black label mainly allows you to have different themes when it comes to the interior. It is also where they offer a concierge service for picking up your vehicle for service, dropping off another one while you wait. But if you want a trim level that is top of the line with all the features and amenities that Lincoln offers, it is the Reserve that you will be looking at. Now let's start by looking at the instrument cluster. It is a very stripped out but also classy look. The speedometer looks like a little laser needle. I love how minimalistic it is, but still very functional. Now we have several different driving modes that is selected by this turn dial right here. We're currently in normal, and it gives you a layman's terms explanation of what normal means. It's effortless and balanced. And then we have conserve for efficient driving. And just the graphics in the screen is amazing as well. Now the touchscreen is new as well. Still based off of the Sync 3, but just so easy to use. Amazing resolution. Swipes like a smart tablet. Now driving this Lincoln Navigator, I mean, wow. It is such a pleasant experience, which is obviously one of the main reasons why I'm dubbing this the best SUV ever made. The Navigator is the full package. It is so good. And I have to talk about these seats again. I mean, in an SUV, isn't comfort the number one thing, along with obviously having a lot of room? it is just mind-blowing. This is so good. It does have this stupid auto start stop feature that you have to turn off every time you get in the car. That's the only downside about this SUV. Although most cars nowadays have that feature, I just don't understand why. It doesn't really save any fuel. And then as you take off and you see this laser beam looking speedometer needle go up in the ranges, it looks like the sun is shining on the moon. It's just an experience to drive this SUV. I love it. I mean, wow, Lincoln has just knocked it out of the park with the new Navigator. So what do you really have to choose from in the full-size SUV luxury segment? Well, we have the Infiniti QX80, the Mercedes GLS. Of course, we have the Cadillac Escalade, which I have actually one right in front of me here. And as we mentioned already, they have been class leading for very, very long. They've pretty much owned the market when it comes to these full-size SUVs. Although the Lincoln Navigator has been around for a long time, it hasn't really been able to compete for many, many years. Oh yeah, wow. And this high output EcoBoost engine is a huge difference from the one in the Expedition. In the Ford lineup, it's only the Raptor that gets this version of the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. It's really powerful and it moves this huge SUV without any problem. Now we have an excellent head-up display that shows the miles per hour, how many miles you have till empty tank, the time, and also the temperature. What more information do you need? Now I feel like I might need to add, for new viewers who are watching one of my reviews for the first time, I might seem like I'm only saying positive things about this vehicle right here, but that's because it is that good. I've done many reviews where I completely bash the car, or I've done many reviews where I talk about positives and negatives. There's really not any negatives about this SUV. The 2018 Lincoln Navigator is setting the benchmark. All the other brands are now catching up to this vehicle right here. And it's not really about bashing any other brands, it's just a fact. Having talked to several Lincoln dealers, they're saying that we've never taken in so many Escalades on trade ever as we have since this came out. Now obviously it is brand new, so of course the competition has some catching up to do, as it should be, since this one is brand new for 2018. When buying a premium version of any brand, this is the feeling that you should be getting. The full package, as close to perfection as you can get. So the Navigator starts at $72,000, but goes all the way up to $104,000 fully equipped. The one that we're driving today is stickered at $95,000. And it is jam-packed with every technical feature out there on the market today. So we have adaptive cruise control, lane keeping system, enhanced active park assist, 360 camera, to name a few. So we're gonna switch up the driving mode here from normal to, let me see here. I'm gonna go to Excite, which is responsive and engaging. You can tell right away the revs get higher, throttle response is a lot better. It'll hold the, it holds the gear for a lot longer. It is, of course, if you want to do more spirited driving. Now this is a huge SUV. In no way is it a performance vehicle. And if we put it in conserve, it is the absolute opposite. You really have to push down on the gas pedal to get a response. And you can tell that the vehicle wants to stay in the most efficient gear possible for fuel economy. So here's the bottom line. The 2018 Lincoln Navigator, it has to be experienced. You have to sit inside the car, you have to drive the car to completely understand what it's about and how great it is. Now if you're in the market for a full-size SUV, a luxury one that is, and you're not considering the Lincoln Navigator for whatever reason, it makes about as much sense as me not wearing a hat on my bald head in 10-degree weather. Now, in this video, I know I can't do the new Navigator complete justice. As I mentioned, you will have to experience it on your own, because this Lincoln has set the new benchmark for luxury SUVs. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this review of the 2018 Lincoln Navigator. Leave your opinions in the comments below. Special thanks again to South Hills Lincoln for making this video possible. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.